welcome to our show, folks. It's another beautiful day, and we are down here in a nice little farming community called Lake Shore. For you guys that just moved into town, it's a few miles straight west of Spanish Fork. And we're down here at some of my good friends. I've coached their boys in baseball, and we've decided to do our second show for '07 down here at Third Place. And we're going to introduce our guest today. This is the Garlicks. We got Don right here, and his good wife Karen, and Miranda, and then to her left, Brianna. These are the Garlicks. And our topic today is exotic dogs. So our first question, Karen, how did we get started in this business?
Well, we started out about 24 years ago. Started out with a couple schnauzers, miniature schnauzers. Got a male and a female, started to breed them, enjoyed the business so well. Branched off from there and got a couple Yorkshire Terriers that we bred through the years, and just kind of went from there. Since then, we've expanded. We're licensed through the city. We're also registered. All of my dogs are registered with the AKC Kennel Club and 2 other kennel clubs as well. We have been consistently trying to improve the breed of the 4 breeds that I breed, and I do breed some French Bulldogs. I breed some Brussels Griffons, and I breed some Yorkshire Terriers, and I breed a new breed that's out there that's a tricolored Yorkshire Terrier called a Brewer. And that's kind of where we are now. Through the last 24 years, I've tried many of the different toy breeds and have bred and experienced them through the years, and these are the breeds that I've enjoyed the very most.
Okay. Now I'm going to go over here to the male part of this family. He helped me coach a couple of years when we coached his sons. Don, now what did you got to do with this business?
Well, probably for my wife's sake, little as possible. No, I help her. We ship a lot out around the country, and and we get a lot brought into us from Europe. So a lot of times I'll drive her down to Los Angeles. I'll take them up to the airport to have them shipped out and stuff. Just kind of help them, make sure our kids help out, and we've always enjoyed it for about all the years we've been married, I think, pretty much, and just gradually grown, and it's worked out really good for us.
Okay. How about the girls? What do the girls do in the business, Mom?
Well, they get paid, and they do cleaning. They take care of the dogs. They groom. They are showing presently. They've just had 2 fantastic shows that they've just competed in. Both have done extremely well. Her first show, being in the ring with her dog for the very first time, she took reserve champion, and that's over 36 French Bulldogs in the ring. She took number 2 dog, and that's fabulous, going against professional handlers that are paid and come from all over the country to be shown against my dogs. She placed number 2. And we just went to our second show, and up in Blackfoot, Idaho, and my daughter Miranda, she's 13, she placed first place. She got best of winners on the females, and she also got best opposite sex, over 26 dogs in the show, and this was her second time in the ring, and she beat out all the other dogs there. So they are doing fabulous, just learning to show. It's a great family sport for families. It keeps your children dedicated to stay close to the family, and teaches them responsibility of taking care and grooming and teaching their dogs to perform.
Now, what about the boys? How many boys you got?
I've got 4 boys.
Do they help?
One of them does. He's also the other one that gets paid.
Who's that?
Cameron.
Cameron.
He gets paid. Brandon was a full-time, did the dogs up until last month, and then he got a different job, and so that's where he works now, but he took care of him 24 hours when we did that. Now, also my son, Adrian, who's married, his wife is actively involved with the business, and she takes care of him. She's raising dogs. She's also showing with us and grooming, and she does a fabulous job taking care of my puppies when I have certain puppies that have to have continuous care and when I'm working.
Okay, folks, you've met our neat family. Like I said, we're here in Lake Shore on a beautiful summer day, and now, guess what? we're going to go over and see the stars of our second show. That would be the dogs. All right, folks, as I promised, we're over here now to the stars of our show. And we've got 3 pans. And Karen, how much is a pan?
These average, depending on your height. This one here is about $69. You can get them at Petco, PetSmart. I picked these up at the dog show. Your smaller version, probably in the 40s. They are expandable. You can have several of them together. We've just put a little one just for convenience of just showing you the dogs. They don't, this isn't where they come out and just do their running. They've got a large pen, and then they come out and run in the yard. But just to kind of keep them under control for the show, we've got them kind of isolated in here to keep them a little calm. But they do average, in your price, depending on your length, your height, and all of that. And they do make really tall ones for large dogs as well.
Okay. In this pan, these are the French Bulldogs.
These are French Bulldogs.
Can we take one out? Oh, there's
Dandy. Get Dandy.
There's Danny right here.
Okay, French Bulldogs come in many, many different colors. This is what we call a brindle. A brindle is a black color, but must have some coloration in the coat. You'll see a little fawn or red kind of mixture. It only has to have a tiny amount to be qualified with the AKC. A total black dog is disqualified and not recognized in the AKC standards. This is a female. She is a couple years of age. We also have a mahogany red down here. This little girl, these are all over a year. These are full-grown dogs. This little girl here is what we call mahogany red. The French Bulldogs are really a bully type with their builds being big. And then the next version is what we call pied. Now, pied is any white on the dog with a variation of colored spots.
Can we get a close-up of her?
Yeah, let's grab her out, girls.
Miranda.
Come here, Trudy.
Trudy. That's Trudy.
This is Trudy, little show spec.
Okay.
And as you can see, she has a pied spot here and a pied spot on the other side. They come in various spots. Some are big spots all over their body, some are not. A black type brindle spot on would then be called a brindle pied, being that the pied body is white with the brindle spots. You can get mahogany red spots, which are mahogany pied, or red pied rather, which white body and red spots, or white body and fawn spots, honey spots, cream spots, but they're all called pieds because the body is predominantly white with the spotting. And the mahogany red is a very rare color to find. You find lots of fawns, but I try to breed for mahogany reds, for fawn pieds and red pieds. Those are what I like as far as breeding. They sell for the most money. They're the rarest, other than the blues. Your blues, however, are almost extremely hard to find and are not registerable by the AKC because the color's not qualified. But they do run between $5,000 and $10,000 if you find one.
Wow. So, we talked about price.
These average, you're looking at like $1,500 and up, depending on coloration and whether there's the sex of the dog. The brindles are the most common, and the brindle pieds being white with brindle spots. So you can range with them usually between $1,500 and $2,200, depending on quality, conformation, and whether it's a male or female. Then your up is your fawns, which is a variation of red, but it's a lighter kind of coloring, almost like a cream brown color.
Now, what makes this breed so popular?
People like this breed because they're comical, sweet, loving. They are extremely intelligent, easy to housebreak when you're consistent with them. They will continually entertain you when they're down, just like this one here. She's just kind of going to sit there and entertain you. If there was toys in there, I threw a stuffed animal in there, she'd be playing and jumping. The puppies just go wild with the toys. But the minute you get them in your arms, they calm down, they almost fall asleep, just like that one. This is just kind of a trait with this breed. If you've got somebody that's handicapped or doesn't get around a lot, they're going to entertain them. But the minute you get them up on the couch with you or love them, they just calm down. They're not a wild breed. They're not spastic. They're not hyperactive. But they will go on walks with you. They will go anywhere you want to go. They love to ride. They say they can't swim. My girls say they can, but I wouldn't try that because they're so fat they may just sink. But they will pretty much do everything. They're a little heat sensitive as far as they're not an outside dog just to be left outside because of their short nose passage. They have a tendency to not be able to cool the air down as fast or warm it up in the really hot weather. So you'd want to keep them in where it's more air conditioned and make sure they have a large amount of water access to them.
Okay, we're going to take a break right here, folks, and when we come back, we're going to go over to the middle pan and talk about...
Those are Brussels Griffons.
And then the far pan?
We've got Yorkshire Terrier and a Brewer.
Okay, we'll be back in just a minute, folks. Hey, welcome back, folks. I told you we'd come to pen number 2 here in the center. Karen, what breed do we have right here?
This is the Brussels Griffon. It's a rare breed seen on the movie As Good As It Gets. If you've seen that movie, that little red dog on that movie, that's the red version of this. The Brussels Griffons are a very rare breed that come from Brussels, Germany. They are also one of the short-nosed breeds like the French Bulldogs are, so they are a little heat sensitive. This is a red ruff female here, and you can either crop their ears or not crop their ears. This ear's been cropped in this breed. The rough coat is a longer coat, does not shed. They're extremely intelligent, also very family affectionate, and all good around dogs.
Now are these adults?
These are totally adults, full grown. Your average weight on this dog is 6 to 12 pounds. This is the black ruff version right here. They are a sweet little dog. You tend to see the little black lips stick out on the black ones. And this is also the rough coat version. They also come in a black and tan, which is black with like Doberman pincer type markings. And then a Belge, which just has a little more black mixture on the top of the coat of the red. The babies in the litter can be smooth and rough coated together. This is a smooth version. Now, I don't have a smooth adult here, but the smooth never gets any kind of beard or facial hair and stays really, really short in stature as far as the coat. This is a little smooth baby. These are siblings, so you get smooths and roughs in the same litter. This is a little rough one, and she, of course, you can see the beard already determined and the coat difference on these two. And this is in this breed, and it's one of the traits that you get regardless if you're breeding two smooths together. Usually with two smooths you will get two smooths, but two rough coats together you can get this, and that's what we had here was two rough coats bred, and we got one smooth and a rough.
Okay. I just wanted to ask you a question here back on the Frenchies. Do you have to speak French to be able to buy one of these?
Well, no, but these did come from Europe, so they've known all different kinds of languages. But these will go to any command as long as they start learning your voice. Very intelligent, like I said, they're just there to please. They would rather be with a human than each other. So they're just a very compatible dog. This breed here, the Brussels Griffon, is called the Velcro dog because they stick to you wherever you go. They are there. So they're a very loving, good family dog, and they run $800 to $1,500 in price range, depending on puppy quality. Now I do have a couple pet quality puppies that are much cheaper right now as far as price range. But that kind of, they're just a fun breed. I've bred these next the longest of all my breeds, and they're just a fun breed to have.
Okay, let's go over to pen number 3 and these little guys.
Okay, what we've got here is a Yorkshire Terrier, and then we've got the tricolor Yorkshire Terrier, which is the Brewer. Now, Brewers come from Germany. Neither of these, she's trying to get out. Neither of these dogs shed. They can keep a long coat to the ground if you're consistent with brushing them and keeping that maintenance up. We've kind of puppy coated this one out so her hair doesn't drag down, and they are much more manageable and do a lot better in the summer. And if you're in the country, they do better as far as not getting caught in the weeds, because this breed loves to go. they will go wherever you go. Now, if they're not raised in the right situation, they can tend to be a little more yappy. I tend to work with mine on an early age, so they don't tend to be yappy. In fact, you can see they're not barking at you and they're not yapping at strangers. They tend to be a really good breed. The Brewer is exactly like the Yorkie because it is a Yorkie. It's just that it has been bred from Germany to have this gene so that it has, and what the Brewer has is the nice streamlined hair. They do not shed. It's white, the main coarse coat on it with some black spotting throughout. And then they have the red tan markings on the face like the Yorkie does. They're a very sweet, sweet, loving breed. Good for people that can handle much weight as far as picking up. You know, your average weight on this can be from 3 pounds up to 8 pounds on a Yorkie. And they do range, this breed, the Brewers, you're looking at about $3,500 on a female Brewer. So they are a very expensive breed, but they're very, very rich. People buy these dogs. A lot of movie stars like to buy the Brewers. The Yorkshire Terriers, you're going to range anywhere from $800 to $1,200 is what I charge for them. I have seen them up to $7,500 depending on how small they are from other breeders. But I try to keep them in a price range that most people can afford. And this is a good family dog. They're a little hard to take care of when you first get them if you don't get something with a little hardiness to them. I don't let mine go too early because, again, get hypoglycemic. This breed has more tendency to do that because of the size. They don't carry much fat on their bodies, so they have to watch when they adjust just a little bit more than other breeds.
All right, as you can see, this gal knows her stuff. She knows her stuff. So now, folks, we're going to go from the shade of the apple tree. We're going to go out back and we're going to visit briefly her huge kennel. Okay? All right, people, as you can hear and see, we are now in the kennel, and it's a huge kennel, huge. Carson, take a look at this. I thought this was a dog kennel.
That's my mouse eater. She loves it in here with the dogs. If she gets out for a few minutes, she wants back in. I have a couple of them that stay out here. They visit with the dogs. They keep them all company. And this is their home. They love it in here. And that keeps my mice down, so I have no mice whatsoever, which is really unheard of in a country, especially in a kennel situation where you've got food and the dogs spill their food. But these cats are really good to keep the mice gone. So we control that way.
I thought that was pretty interesting. We got a cat in a dog kennel. What do you think of that, folks? I think that's pretty interesting. So we got the cat's a mouser.
That's it.
All right, we're going to take our second break right here. As you can tell, it's a little loud, but that's okay. This is a dog kennel. We'll take a break right now and we'll be back in a minute. Hey, welcome back to our show. This is called Goose in the Wild, and I'm Goose, and our guests today are the Garlicks.
And I'm the Wild.
And she's the Wild. Karen's the Wild. Well, we're here at this haystack, and I just wondered, Karen, as we walked into the kennel, is this what you feed the dogs, is hay?
No, hay's for horses.
Oh, okay, so what do we feed them?
Well, like I said, I do feed the Royal Canine Heart Food because it's important for the tartar on their teeth that keep that from building up for dental care. But I make a mixture, and they probably eat better than most people do. This consists of a homemade thing to put weight on them. It's got real ground beef, oatmeal, molasses, wheat germ, eggs. It's got oil in it. It's got everything you can think of that you'd make the best meatloaf from. And this is what they get to eat.
So could humans eat that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You fry her up, and probably the best tasting meatball you've ever had.
Beautiful. Now, kids, I want to know how the dogs get exercise, because I'm looking over there and I see a trampoline. The dogs jump on the tramp?
Oh, yeah.
How's that?
With the girls.
Oh, with the girls. What about Don? Does he get on the tramp?
Yeah, once in a great while.
Weight limit.
Weight limit. Oh, the weight limit. As you can see, folks, they're not only lovable and good looking and calm and that, but they're athletic. Did you see that baby come out of that pan? Holy smoke. You know what, Karen? Come here. I told you we were going to close her show, and I heard her talking about those prices on these exotic dogs. You know, here and there and over here. But you know what? I'm not going to buy my dogs from Karen.
Dang.
I'm going to buy my dogs from Dawn. I like Dawn's exotic dogs better, don't you?
Reasonable price, reasonable price.
Are they cheaper?
A little bit.
How much cheaper?
Probably about $14.95, $1,495 cheaper.
Okay, folks, we've had a great time down here at the Garlics. This is in Lake Shore, doing our exotic dog show, show number 2 for 2007. And you know how we sign off. Hey, have a great day, and this is a beauty, isn't it? And remember, we love you, and we love the dogs too, don't we?
We do.
All right, this is Goose and the Garlic signing off. Have a nice day.